King Philippe and Queen Mathilde of the Belgians host a reception at Chateau de Laeken. King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain preside over a ceremony in Santa Cruz de Tenerife, while the sovereign prince couple of Monaco host an incoming state visit from the President and the First Lady of the French Republic. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing well today. My name is Alexandra, and welcome to your Royal Daily News for Saturday, June 7th, 2025. In Monacoville, their Serene Highnesses, Prince Albert II and Princess Charlene of Monaco, hosted an incoming state visit from the President and the First Lady of the French Republic, Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron. The purpose of the two-day state visit is to celebrate the historic relationship between the Principality of Monaco and the French Republic, as well as to strengthen cooperation between the two countries in various fields. According to the Palais Princier de Monaco, for over 5 centuries, the two countries have shared a unique history. Treaties, alliances, and official visits have built a relationship based on trust, respect, and closeness. In 1512, King Louis XII of France recognized the sovereignty of the Principality of Monaco. Quote, "The context of the Italian Wars at the end of the 15th and the beginning of the 16th century gives Monaco a strategic position." King Charles VIII mentions in 1489 the freedoms of the Lord of Monaco, but it was in 1512 that King Louis XII acknowledged that the lordship is held of only God and the sword, a founding act in a long-term relationship. End quote. The Franco-Monégasque Treaty of 1861, signed between Monaco and the Second French Empire, confirmed the sovereignty of the Principality, end quote, compensated for the loss of Menton and Roquebrune, which seceded in 1848. End quote. A new agreement was signed in Paris on July 17, 1918, which strengthened the alliance between the two countries. Article 1 of the treaty states that the, quote, "Government of the French Republic assures that the Principality of Monaco the defense of its independence and its sovereignty and guarantees the integrity of its territory, as if that territory were a part of France. The government of His Serene Highness, the Prince of Monaco, undertakes, for its part, to exercise its rights of sovereignty in complete conformity with the political, military, naval, and economic interests of France." End quote. When asked about the current relations between the two countries, the sovereign prince replied, quote, "Excellent relations. I would even describe them as friendly with President Macron. This visit will provide an opportunity to discuss numerous issues, including our exit, hopefully soon, from the FATF gray list, but also the ocean and climate change." End quote. Over the years, there have been numerous official visits from presidents of the French Republic to the Principality of Monaco. However, the last state visit from a president of the French Republic was on January 19, 1984, when Prince Rainier III hosted an incoming state visit from François Mitterrand. So, back to today's event. The state visit began with an official welcoming ceremony in the Cour d'Honneur for the sovereign prince couple, along with their 2 children, hereditary Prince Jacques and Princess Gabriella of Monaco, welcoming the President and the First Lady to the Palais. After the playing of the French and Monégasque national anthems, the sovereign prince and the President inspected the Carabiniers du Prince. This was followed by the introduction of Monégasque and French dignitaries, as well as members of the sovereign prince's court and government. Once inside the Palais, the sovereign prince and the President held a private meeting. In the evening, the sovereign prince couple hosted a glittering gala state banquet in the throne room in honor of the President and the First Lady of the French Republic. Guests attending the gala state banquet included members of the sovereign prince's government, members of the sovereign prince's court, members of President Macron's delegation, journalist and close friend of the princely family of Monaco, Mr. Stefan Bern, and distinguished guests. This morning in Larvoto, the Sovereign Prince gave the opening speech during the 2025 Blue Economy and Finance Forum at the Grimaldi Forum. The BEFF, held ahead of the United Nations Ocean Conference in Nice, France on June 9th, will, quote, contribute to the implementation of Sustainable Development Goal number 14, conserve and sustainability use the oceans, seas, and marine sources for sustainable development. End quote. Overall, the BEFF will gather business leaders from finance and industry, government representatives, multilateral institutions, and stakeholders committed to the blue economy. This morning, Their Majesties, King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain, presided over a central event commemorating Dia de las Fuerzas Armadas 2025 in Santa Cruz de Tenerife. The ceremony was attended by military personnel from the three branches of the Armed Forces of Spain and the Civil Guard. Meanwhile, His Royal Highness Prince Joachim of Denmark is celebrating his 56th birthday. Born Joachim Holgar Valdemar Christian, Prince of Denmark, Count of Montpezat, on June 7, 1969, the prince is the second son of Her Majesty Queen Margrethe of Denmark and the late Prince Henrik of Denmark. Wishing the prince a very happy birthday. This morning, Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Mette-Marit of Norway attended the 900th anniversary celebrations of the city of Stavanger and the forecourt of the Stavanger Cathedral. On Friday afternoon, Their Majesties, King Philippe and Queen Mathilde of the Belgians, hosted a reception in the Orangery at Chateau de Laeken on the occasion of Neighbours' Day. According to the Royal Court of Belgium, on the occasion of Neighbours' Day, Their Majesties wanted to spend time with the 140 individuals who live or work in Laeken. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I will be back on Monday, June 9th, with all the latest royal news and events. Until then, I sincerely wish each and every one of you, your family, your friends, and of course your pets, a wonderful weekend. God bless. Take care, everyone, and I will see you all on Monday.